How's it going? Today is the day before Thanksgiving. So if you're in the United States, happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. And today, I was wondering if the day before Thanksgiving was going to really matter much and be choppy. And it wasn't. It actually delivered very, very well. And I'll kind of go over some things here. But I was staying pretty patient today, going to the market open. And yeah, it was just a tricky day. It was a tricky day because the bias was clear. I noticed right off open that we were going to be very bearish today. And I'll kind of give you guys a walkthrough of kind of my thought process going into this morning and why I was leaning so bearish. And something I've been trying to pick up on and something I've been trying to note on recently has been higher time frame SMTs, right? And really knowing when they're about to deliver and recognizing higher time frame SMTs and saying, okay, look, we have this SMT. We could see an expansion day because a lot of times we have these SMTs on higher time frame, and if you don't really pay attention to them and you try and keep trading, with the trend, because we've been trending up, you don't notice all the low resistance liquidity just piled up and just waiting to be ran, right? I think that we're going to run most of this. Maybe not all today, but I think we're going to start gearing towards those positions. My hair's kind of all over the place today, but anyways, so this is the clear trend line that everyone's been moving their stop. Any swing traders, right? They get in low, they get in around here, the support level, boom, trades up, trades down, trades up, trades down. They're trailing their stops to each of these lows. So now we're taking out all these people out of the marketplace. Where else are we? In the higher time frames, we are holding this daily volume imbalance right here. This might be a weak gap as well. It's not. But we have this volume imbalance here that we're starting to hold. And this was also another confluence bearish, right? We're in discount of this entire range, well in discount. And just the higher time frame SMT was really the narrative coming into the day, right? This SMT really stood out in my mind. And I was like, okay, this is pretty important to pay attention to because this is Monday high. So we have an SMT on the weekly, right? On the intraday, on the daily, right? So there's a daily SMT. So you can obviously see, right? We have Monday. We had an SMT with all 3 days. So that is very, very telling, right? What else do we have coming into market open? Not just the SMT. We have displacement lower, right? We didn't even sweep out this high here. And ES was a lot more bullish yesterday. And we kind of just accumulated in this range. So we get we get a sell-off. We have this fair value gap right here. On the 1 hour, we have this fair value gap hold. And I believe we have one here. And then NQ, we trade down. This is at 3 in the morning. And when market opened, right, we were still respecting this 1 hour fair value gap, really holding this strong. Market opened on this candle around here, and we trade lower. So that's all I really show you on the SMT side. So I don't need the ES up anymore. But this was the picture going into market open, right? And what do we have also? We had equal lows right here coming into market open. So we had relative equal lows, and we had an hourly structure that validated shorter. So if we would just, if we just shorted off open, we would have been golden, right? You could have done that because we got this 5-minute inversion, or at least for the way I trade inverses, like you guys know. So I could have jumped in an order right there, right at market open, and just took partials at these equal lows, gone to break even, and let everything else play out, right? I don't do that. It's not really what I'm trying to do because it's just a little bit risky for me. And if I'm being honest, I don't have the utmost confidence in trying to catch these types of days, right? I haven't been able to really get my hands on a day like this. And I've been looking at these equal lows for a while now, so that would have been my main target. Obviously, these lows here, these equal lows, these lows, there's a lot of scaling points today. So going to market open, that was our bias, the 1 hour fair value gaps, and the and then just the market structure and the S&T. So how could we have used that today? How can I look back at today and learn from today? Because I didn't get a trade up here. I got my trade way down here, and I'll kind of go over what my trade was, mistakes I made on it. But what do we do off market open? Well, we sell off and we create a 5-minute imbalance right above this high. What do we get here? We get a 5-minute imbalance right here. So we come up, we trade, we take out the we tap into the 5-minute here, we trade lower, but we don't quite displace, and then we get a turtle soup above this high, a turtle soup inside of fair value gap, so it's even more important, right? You can anticipate a turtle soup in an area that you already expect price to reject, so this 5-minute above these 1-minute highs. And if you trade turtle soup, this was a fantastic entry. Live time, I was watching for it, but I didn't get any inversion out of it, so I couldn't trade it, man, which is the frustrating part sometimes, is because it's so hard to trade inversions and catch these days, the one-sided days. So I need to try and find a way to, because these one-sided days where market opens and we just, I mean, look, we opened market and we didn't even trade higher. We traded higher one time, right at the wick. I keep pushing the wrong button. Right at the wick, we traded 2 points higher, and we've been selling the entire day. So we really didn't see any sort of longs have not been delivering. If we look at the chart, we haven't seen any real liquidity sweep at all. We've just been putting all this low resistance liquidity. We're looking to get a kind of turn around here a little bit, because you don't just see straight price forever. But notice how when a day like this happens, the setup I trade inversions don't really play well here. They really just don't, because you don't get deep pullbacks. And since you don't get deep pullbacks, you'd have to be shorting with the low right here, and everything's just kind of weird. So if I was a turtle soup trader, if I was a market maker model trader, today would have been a perfect day on the 5-minute to just to look at and trade. Right, we have the 1 hour, okay, displace, 1 hour, boom. And then the 5-minute, if I just traded the inversion here off open, put my stop above this high, that would have been another idea that I could have maybe done. Right, market opens here, put my stop at the high, 34 points. Really wasn't that bad of a stop loss. 1-to-1 there, and then you trade lower. You trade for these lows, and that's 80 points, and then you leave runners, and you get paid on a day like this. It's hard to get paid on a day like this and hold your trades like this, because I mean, this is a lot of holding, and oh my gosh, are we gonna turn around here? Are we gonna turn around here? So I don't have the skill set for that yet, but that's something that I definitely want to work towards, because this was the best spot to get in if you didn't get in higher up around here pre-market, right? So the one-sided days are frustrating for me, because it starts giving you FOMO of like, you know where market's going, because you can read the market maker models and you can see the drawn liquidity, right? Why was this line marked out here? Well, just these relative equal lows on the 15-minute. We have an untraded 2 fair value gap here that I expected us to try and run these lows. This was like a full day of price action, and we ended up running through it. So that was what my main target was. But again, on the one-sided days, I don't really have any ability to get into the marketplace. So where was my trade? We had this 30-minute gap right here. Right there, we had a 30-minute gap. And since on a day like this, you don't want to be playing longs, I recognize that longs just weren't going to pan out. Really not worth your energy. It might keep dumping forever. You might not get a short. But taking longs is just always going to burn you. I get burned so many times trying to long on a day like this. So I've learned my lesson to just don't long it. Either don't trade or wait for a pullback to a fair value gap and then take a short, right? So where was my trade entry here? It was on the 5-minute inverse right here. And we got in. We ended up making $44. So how that ended up happening was, unfortunately, short position. I got in there. My stop was around this high. Got in with 2 micros, and our take profit was relative equal lows. So I think my stop was actually closer to this, but I just didn't move until after I saw this wick in and displaced lower. Then I trailed my stop a little bit. But what happened here was I ended up kind of just deciding between, do I want to take profit at this low and then take my runner off at this low, or do I want to hold my first take profit to this low? And what ended up happening was we ended up trading. I'll go in the 1 minute so we can get a better picture. We ended up sweeping out these equal highs inside this 1 minute fair value gap right here. Again, on a very bearish day. We had finally retraced to the first higher time frame imbalance, the 30-minute. We were respecting it. That was the first time we traded to any imbalance all day. And then we got the inversion. So I got in a better entry. I actually got in higher up because I waited a little bit. I got in around here actually, because this would have been around there. And I got in with the 2 micros. And when this trade came down, and it wicked up, my take profit filled me around here when we wicked up. Somehow I had my take profit here, and when it wicked down real quick, because it was really quick move, if I show you guys on the 15 second, it ended up wicking this low, this candle here on the 15 second. I don't know if you can see this. It came down, wicked, and then filled me up higher. And then at that point, I ended up getting stopped on my other one at break even. And I just see it shouldn't have got me a break even, but I had trailed my stop to the high of this fair value gap here, which is just not really smart. But live time when I was looking at this trade right here, I was like, okay, hopefully we don't come back to this fair value gap. And this reaction just looked really bullish at the time off of this low, and I was like, how is this even possible? So I had my stop there. Ticked me out pretty much by the tick. I got filled around here, and then it hit the second take profit, which would have been a nice little day, but nothing to really complain about, right? I mean, just trying to keep my head, stay calm, and just keep getting better. Today, again, like I said, today is the type of day that's really frustrating because the best trade would have been right around here. Obviously, just the turtle soup. We'll just do it on the 5-minute fair value gap, right? This is the best trade of the day. I don't really know how you'd manage your stop loss in this type of trade, but you could have just got the turtle soup, held for the, and then had like a stop loss at the, had your stop loss just kind of floating. 20 points. Let me just get this sorted. But yeah, I mean, if you were to take this trade, you could probably just have like a 25-point stop. You're turtle souping the top, and you just let your trade play out. This is the level I want to get to with my trading. I want to be able to get to this level where I can take trades like this, because that would be nice to do. But again, at the same time, you don't have to trade like that, right? I don't have to be able to catch those trades. I don't have to be able to catch every type of conditions, right? I do well in different conditions. I want to get better at this. I don't want to limit myself, but I don't need to stress myself out and say, look, I need to be catching these 100-point moves or these, the 300-point days or the one-sided days where the market just dumps or pumps in one direction, and I need to be involved. I need to get in before the market opens, right when the market opens. I need to align myself because the reality is we don't know 100% when these days are going to happen. We use clues, daily SMTs, economic calendar, stuff like that, right? People have reasons to get in and to know this stuff, but we don't ever really know, right? And we don't ever really know that this is going to be the day. So you just have to just keep getting better and keep following your system. And if your system allows it, you get in, you catch a day like this, right? These days happen once or twice, maybe 3 times at most a month. So I don't need to develop my entire system to trade these days unless that's all I want to focus on, because there's a lot of opportunities in between, right? In between those days where you can find trades. And again, like I always say, you only need 25 to 30 to 50 points to be very profitable. Eventually, my goal is just going to be the average 100 points a week positive whenever I have my scaling ability, right? That's down the line. Nothing to be worried about right now, but that's kind of my goal, is to be a trader that just tries to get 100 points a week on the NQ. And just and go from there, right? And because if you can get 100 points, the scalability is crazy, right? 100 points times that by 20, $2,000 a week on one full contract. So imagine when you get your scaling going and you start, you have the ability to trade 10 contracts. Now you're making 20 grand a week, just hitting 100 points, right? 100 points, nothing crazy, right? That's 25 points here, 25 points there, 50 points here. You're just trying to bank in these good days, right? So that's what I need to focus on to get to that level that I want to trade at. I don't need to worry about, I don't need to worry about making thousands of dollars from micros because I don't need to catch 300-point moves. I just need to get consistently good at catching consistently good trades. And then I'll be able to do all the things I want to do. I'll be trading to the level I think I can trade, and it'll be great, man. So again, today is a day where I was very frustrated that I couldn't get in earlier to the marketplace. The reason for that being just because it's so when the days like this start happening, the one-side days, after the first 10, 15 minutes of market open, you really, like after I saw this signature right here where we turtle soup this and we just started displacing and we weren't getting any sort of move back up. I mean, you just know that the market, and again, I hate using the word no because nothing's ever 100%, but you just you get the feeling that it's going to be one of those days, one of the one-sided days that's just going to dump and dump and dump and dump. And it is very frustrating. You can get a lot of FOMO when you're not in those days because it's like you know exactly what market's trying to do, but your entry model maybe just doesn't align with it, and that's perfectly fine because again, the people that try and trade like this every single day or try and find these setups all the time, it's so few and far between that you find a setup this good that can just dump and dump and dump. And yeah, and I know there's gonna be a ton of people on Twitter, on YouTube that are gonna have monster days today because it's just how it goes, man. You're not gonna see the people they're not gonna post their big losses when they try and do this and it doesn't work, or they try and hold and it just doesn't work. But when it does work, you best believe, because think about how many people trade. Think about how many people are, trade differently. So the amount of people that are gonna catch this move, it's not that many in real life. But on social media, it's going to seem like every single person in the entire universe captured this entire move and got minimum 150, 200, 300 points today. And it's just not the case. I want you guys to know that's just not the case. There's going to be people that did it for sure, right? I'm not doubting that. But it's not going to be as much percentage of people as you're going to feel like there is, because you're going to see a ton of people saying how I made 50 grand today, or how I copied 5 accounts and made $30,000 or $20,000 or 10K or 3 grand or whatever their amount is. It's going to be some big amount for their channel or their account. And that's great, right? I'm not knocking them, but I'm just saying don't get caught up in the, oh my gosh, how did I not get this? Why didn't I get this trade? Why couldn't I get 300 points today? Because that's just their best day. That you're seeing their best day, right? Social media is just a highlight reel. You're seeing their best performance. It's not every day because these moves don't happen every day, right? You can't catch 300 points every day. So just because you see someone post, oh, I got 300 points today, not saying that they did anything wrong, not saying that they're a bad trader, probably a great trader, but just realize that it's not something that you should strive for. You're not supposed to be striving for 300 point. What is this right here? 209 points. You're not supposed to get 209 point moves, right? It's hard. It's not easy. It doesn't even happen. Most of the time, you get days that you can't even get 209 points, right? If we take a look at yesterday, good luck getting 20 points yesterday. Good luck getting 50 points yesterday. So keep that in mind when you see people posting online, because I see the same stuff, right? And it gets me down. It's like, man, how come I can't do that, right? Why couldn't I have done that? And it's just not something you need to focus on because that's not gonna help you in the long run, right? You might be able to catch these moves someday. But it's not going to be because you sat there wanting to catch 300-point moves. It's because you developed a skill, right? You develop a skill set that allows you to catch 300-point moves. So, yeah, FOMO is real. It's very real. It happens on days like this. It can happen on days where you lose, where you win. Whatever the case is, it's very real, and you have to identify it. And these days can always be tough, right? They can always be tough. I saw on Twitter, Trader Kane. He's a great trader. And let's go. Fetch hit my target. Trader Kane, he's a great trader, man. Trading Kane or whatever. But I saw his Twitter today. And he has a trade that he traded. He got in like around this 1 hour fair value gap right here. And he's holding. And he's swing trading it. And he went with 20 full contracts. You know how ridiculously good that trade is? But that's not something that you need to compare it to, right? He's floating over 1,000 ticks right now with 20 contracts. That's literally insane, right? Like literally insane. Like he's an insane trader, but you don't have to do that, right? You don't have to catch that move. Like look at this. I don't know if you can. I'll pull it up on Twitter here. X. Right. Look at this. This is insane, man. This is insane, right? Look where he calls us out. or me, go follow me on Twitter, Diego B Trades. If any of y'all haven't, some of you guys have moved over there. So it's cool to see. But anyways, dude, this dude, man, he literally says, haters will say it's paper. I guess we'll never know. Maybe it is paper, but who cares, dude? He still called this move. SMT at the high. SMT at the high, and then he got in around here, and he's just holding. This is an insane take profit. $269,000. If it's paper, still a crazy trade. If it's not paper, that's insane. Like that is literally an insane amount. And just think about the scalability and what we're doing here. And again, you don't need to catch these trades, but this is what you'll see online, and you'll be getting FOMO. Like, how did I not get this? Or, what's wrong with me, man? Like, why couldn't I get this? Or why couldn't I, how come my system doesn't allow me to catch this? And I don't know how he trades. I've never learned from him or anything like that. I don't even really know how I found him. I think I found him through just someone mentioning him because he's gotten so much money in payouts. But he clearly has just put in the time, put in the effort, learned how to trade, how to read the market, and he's seen the benefits, right? And he posts that, and it's running out good. So even if it's paper, it's still a great trade, right? That's a better trade than most people are going to call out. And yeah, I mean, look at this, 1,000 ticks, right? Let's see where else he posted. He's locked in 500 ticks with 20 contracts. That's like 50 grand, right? That's 50 grand that he's locked in. Like he's guaranteed to make at least $50,000. I mean, that's insane, right? And it's really motivating to see that, because it's just like, you might feel like it's the end of the world one day to the next. But if you just keep putting the time, keep showing up, then, I mean, we could be doing these same things. We could be doing the same things that these guys are doing, which is just unbelievable. And it's really motivating. I hope I can get to that level someday, and I think I'm putting in the work, and I know I can keep getting better. So I'm just excited for the future of my trading. Okay, I guess it's not the end of the week, but not trading tomorrow. If you're trading tomorrow, you're weird. Yeah, you're just really weird if you're trading tomorrow, and I really don't expect to like anything on Friday. So if this is the end of the week, I'll make a video Friday, but if this is in the week for my trading, not the greatest week for trading. It really wasn't. It was a pretty frustrating week, just because I didn't really get anything going for me. But I learned a lot from this week. I learned a lot from my mistakes, and yeah, we move on, and we just keep trying our best, right? We keep trying to get better. We just keep trying to journal and trade and learn, and that's all we can do. And eventually we'll get there. Just gotta stay positive. I'm trying to just work on my positivity. Because it's so easy to get negative, so easy to get doubt, so easy to get fear and FOMO, whatever. But there's really just no need for it. Really, it's not gonna benefit me at all. It's not gonna help me. So why worry about it? So today, big game for Real Madrid. As you might notice, I'm wearing the kit, playing Liverpool away. I mean, it's a big game, man. They're actually not doing well in the Champions League standings, Madrid. So, like, they need points, really. I mean, I'm not saying that they have to win today or they can't lose, but a loss really doesn't do much favors for them. A win will do a lot. So I'm really excited to see how Kylian Mbappe can play. Hoping he can kind of turn it on today and kind of, do something for once. He hasn't really done much in a Madrid shirt, and I really want to get behind him as a fan. But that's a great game. I recommend every single person go watch that game today. It'll be a great game, especially if you like soccer. If you like soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, great game. I'm freaking hyped, dude. I'm optimistic, but I'm also nervous for it because Madrid are supposed to get smoked, man. But they have a really great track record against Liverpool, so we'll see how that goes. You guys know, obviously, who I'm rooting for. I just want it to be a good game. I just want to see Kylian Mbappe play well. I want to see Madrid look all right. I don't want to see them just get dog walks across the field. As long as they put up a fight, as long as they play well and don't lose, then I'm not going to complain, right? But I do hope they win, and I hope Kylian Mbappe plays well. That's enough from me. I will see you guys more than likely not tomorrow, more than likely Friday. I'll see you guys Friday. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. Don't even Don't even look at the charts. Don't even watch trading stuff. Don't do any of that, man. Don't do any of that unless you're like swing trading or something that's like important. Don't just look at the charts. Don't try and study. Don't backtest, right? I'm going to be the only person maybe telling you this, but do not backtest tomorrow. Do not look at the charts. Do not FX replay. Do not whatever, right? Don't do it. Don't do it. Take the day off. Say, you know what? Even if you're not in the United States, right? Even if you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, just take the day off, man. Just watch some football, right? Lions play Packers, right? Maybe, or Lions Cowboys. I don't know. Watch some football, man. Do a little sports betting, maybe, like whatever, right? Have some fun, right? Just enjoy the day. Again, if you're not in the U.S., just still enjoy it, man. Don't trade. Don't look at the charts. Don't do anything like that. Take the day off, and maybe even just preemptively take Friday off, and then come back. We'll come back Friday or December. Have one more month in this year. What a great year it's been, and yeah, just take tomorrow off. Probably the only one going to be saying that. But don't even worry about looking at the charts. I don't even want you to think about TradingView because it doesn't matter, right? It does not matter. Unless you're swing trading, you're holding shorts or something, right? Then maybe look at the charts. But hope you guys have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. Do something fun. Tell your family you love them. And, yeah, well, I'm not going anywhere. You guys know that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.